card. Oh wow! Our first booster pack has a ultra rare in it, and this ultra rare is really cool. So it is What's cracking, everyone? Jobber here, and I'm about to open up one of my all-time favorite Yu-Gi-Oh sets to ever be made, and that is the original. The 2003 Pharaonic Guardian booster set. This set is absolutely packed full of all kinds of different zombie type monsters, and I used so many of these different zombie type monsters in here to win different locals, and I just did so much play testing over at my friend's house. I love the zombie monsters. I built so many different decks with it. It's also, I mean, it's getting so close to Halloween right now. I figured, why not open something up? I mean, I'm always thinking about kids dressing up as ghosts and zombies and whatnot. This is the perfect set for that. I even have the playmat right here, which just kind of like has a little bit of a zombie theme to it, even though there's not really I don't think there's a single zombie in it. I thought it'd be really cool. So we're going to be popping up this 2003 Pharaonic Guardian booster box in today's video. I'm also going to be announcing the two winners from our last video in the comment section down below, so check for your username in case you are a winner. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway in today's video, and that's going to be this mystery Walmart value cube, 6 booster packs, 3 full cards, plus this storage cube. And the reason why I thought about this is because there's a lot of people out there that are international. You guys don't get these at your local stores, but we do. So I figured this would be a really cool giveaway. And all you gotta do to be able to enter in this giveaway is give this video a thumbs up. Let's try to get to 1,500 likes. Comment down below your favorite zombie monster that you see pulled in today's video. And then obviously subscribe, bell, turn on all notifications, and follow me on Instagram. Say hi. I will always say hi back. If you don't have an Instagram, no worries. If I announce your winner, there's so many different ways to get in contact with you. You can message me through like eBay, Facebook, whatnot. As long as you're able to get your address, that's the biggest thing. I just like to be able to do this whole giveaway thing through Instagram. And Instagram just only takes about a moment to be able to make anyway. So if you just need to make one really quick to be able to give me your address, that will also work. All right. So without any further ado, let's get cracking. So again, this Pharaonic Guardian booster set came out in 2003, 17 years ago. Wow. I figured we should take a look at this booster box before we pop this thing open. Gosh, I can't remember the last time if we've ever opened up one of these on the channel. So it's really cool. And obviously there's some just absolutely epic zombies in here. You got this featuring him. He's an ultra rare in the set. And obviously there's some amazing secret rares in here as well. I don't really have a specific chase card that I'm personally after myself in here. The reason why is because I just love all the foils in this set. So anything that we pull, I'm going to be super, super happy with. So that's a good feeling. Sometimes I open up some of these sets and I'm just like, I really, really want to pull this one specific card. But this one right here, I am totally okay with anything. But there are some really cool secret rares in here as well. One of them being Ring of Destruction. That is a really, really powerful card. It was banned for a while and come back. So very good trap card. All right, so let's pop this thing up. And there it is. The original Pharaonic Guardian booster pack right there. What does it say? For US and Canada English edition. Very nice. All right, let's see what we can pull out of our first booster pack here. That should be 24 packs. Yeah, 9 cards per pack, 24 packs per box. And there's right there. There's one of the first ones right there. We have the Poison Mummy, which is a zombie type. Call the Mummy, which is really, really cool. Basically, if you activate this card and you control, well, not when you activate, just while this card is active, and you control no monsters, you can special summon one zombie type monster from your hand. And it can be any star or anything. If there are no monsters on your side of the field, you can special summon one zombie type monster from your hand. You use this effect once per turn. So it doesn't matter how many stars that zombie is. You just special summon it for free. Really, really cool. I remember it because I played it 17 years ago. Very cool card. Oh, wow. Our first booster pack has a ultra rare in it, and this ultra rare is really cool. So it is question. You be able to activate this, and you activate this card, your opponent cannot check your graveyard. And then they have to try to remember the first monster that was sent to it. We'll say the first monster that was in my graveyard was Jinzo. If they call it correct, the Jinzo would be removed from play. If they call it incorrectly, you can special summon the Jinzo back onto your side of the field in any position you want. So it's really, really cool. Pretty much like a premature burial, but without the equipment aspect of it. And this is the classic Magic card version. Really cool. I had this card played against me once, and I was I'm one of those people that tries to remember all the cards in my opponent's graveyard, what they've gone through, so I actually did call it correctly and got it removed from play. But still, a really, really cool card. Ultra, beautiful looking too. Wow, that is really awesome. Good way to start off today's video. Ultra rare question. Very cool. I love the reborning cards and everything. Obviously, that's why I love the zombie types. We have Reasoning, which is another very powerful spell card that's been played. I want to say it was played in mostly FTK decks. There was some decks that weren't like FTKs, but they played it. But that card got played in so many different OTKs and FTKs over the years. It's absolutely bonkers. All right, so what do we have here? There's a Pyro, D-Tribe, Birdface, that is not a zombie. Rite of Spirit, a nice little, this is a really, really powerful Gravekeeper's card. You're supposed to summon a Gravekeeper, and I believe it's in any position you want. Select one monster that includes Gravekeepers in its card name. From your graveyard, special summon it, and face-up attack or defense position. This card is activated, and the effect is not... it's not unaffected by Necro Valley. Especially you can activate this while you even have Necro Valley, so it's really cool. And Book of Moon, nice. A very powerful quick play spell card. Actually, it's got a rarity bump to Ultimate Rare recently. Pretty cool. And Royal Tribute, very powerful card for the Gravekeepers as well. Dislocoda, it's a zombie. You can flip it back. Flip it itself face down, flip it up. So when you flip it up, you get to draw one card. If you flip summon it yourself, and then you're allowed to flip summon, and then you can flip itself back face down. Very cool. There were some decks back in the day that were using that. They would combo with like Gravity Binds and Messenger of Peace and things like that, stopping their opponent from being able to attack, and they would just accumulated a lot of drawing. Needle Sealing, another very powerful trap card. If there's 4 more monsters on the field, destroy all face-up monsters. I believe it's just face-up monsters on the field. 4 more monsters on the field. Destroy all face-up monsters on the field. Very straightforward. Royal Keeper. This is really cool. Then there's a cool zombie monster. I've played it in different zombie decks back in the good old days. Curse of Royal. Another Royal Tribute. Very nice. Another Dislocoda. And then we got the Gravekeeper's Assailant. Very powerful Gravekeeper's card. Yeah, so the zombies in here are my favorite. Obviously, Gravekeeper's got a ton of play in this set. And the Book of Moon, everything, there's some really powerful cards in here. A lot of people played. I mean, like, for an example, Metamorphosis, for example, right here. Very, very powerful. A spell card. Be able to basically tribute off a monster you side of the field, like, say, an 8-star, and special summon an 8-star fusion from your extra deck. Very cool. Got Gravekeeper's Guard right here. And they got the Gora Turtle. Very cool. I actually forgot drawing a blank on what the Gora Turtle does. I know it's something kind of cool, though. Okay. As long as this card remains face-up on the field, monsters with attack equal to 1900 or more cannot attack. Very cool. Yeah, so nice little block. Stopping their opponent if they have a bunch of big monsters on the field. Obviously, you got a Spirit Reaper, which could not be destroyed by battle, which was a very, very powerful card. Got played in all kinds of different decks. This is another zombie, but is a spirit, and when you tribute summon it, it destroys all the monsters on the field other than himself. I think it might be face up. This card is cannot be special summoned. Returns to the owner's hand at the end phase. That's what all spirits do. Let's see. This card is normal, flip summon, or flip face up. If this card is normal, flip summon, or flip face up, destroy all face up monsters except this card on the field. Very cool card. We run this in Monarch deck, actually, to be able to bring back Treeborn Frogs and tribute off and bringing that back. And it comboed pretty well because of the battle faders and whatnot, blocking the opponent from being able to like try to OTK you. Then you battle fader them, and they'd have all these monsters on the field, and you put him back on the board and just basically dark hole their whole board. Wow, this is a really powerful spell card in this, or magic card in here, because the old school version. So, gosh, during your opponent's standby phase, draw cards until your hand has 4 cards. During your standby phase, randomly discard the same number of cards you drew with this card's effect to the graveyard. So you'll be able to like activate during your draw phase, and then you just build a Mystical Space Typhoon it, and then you be able to keep all your cards. So it was really, really cool. Very powerful spell card. Hence, gosh, I believe it got hit on the first ban list. I believe so. I believe it was hit on the very first balance and it's never come back. And it's really cool that it still says Magic card. They changed them from Magic to spell cards because of the card game Magic the Gathering. A little fun fact there for everybody. I kind of assumed that when it first happened, but I didn't know. And I did a little bit of looking it up back in the good old days, and that was why. That's why they went from magic ruler to spell ruler. I mean, I don't really think it matters too much, but I mean, I get it. It's magic card, spell card, so they just changed the spell cards. But so it's really cool. You get to see these classic cards like this that still say magic card on the top there. This one right here is pretty cool, this Gravekeeper. You get to tribute off, and then they burn their opponent for 700. So kind of like a cannon soldier, but burns it for a little bit more. And a lot of the Gravekeepers actually had, well, not a lot. There was a few of them that had some good burning effects. The Swarm of Locusts, you'll be able to flip this, and I believe it destroys a spell or trap card. You flip this card face down, blah, 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 blah. Flip summon, destroy one magic or trap card on your opponent's side of the field. Yeah, very cool. So they do that one with the Swarm of Scarabs, be able to pop a monster, pop a back row, and you just kind of like slowly attack them down. I forgot what it's called. I believe it was called the Pac-Man deck. I'm not even kidding. I believe that was the name of the deck back in the back 17 years ago. Card shuffle. There we go, Swarm of Scarabs right here. You flip this, same kind of effect. They can flip themselves up and down. So flip it back, flip it face up, you can destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field. And then you just get to like slowly poke at your opponent's life points. Attack them for like 500, 1,000 here and there. And yeah, it's a very annoying deck, and it would accumulate a lot of advantage to be able to make it so your opponent couldn't really do too much. Because back in the day, it was a lot slower. So very, very tempo-based decks back then. You got the Poison Mummy here. So yeah, don't forget, name your favorite zombie monster you see pulled in today's video. I love so many of them. The Pharaoh's Treasure, very cool. Trap Dashu, very powerful trap card. Banned, I don't know if it came back. I might have came back and then it gets banned again. I'm not sure. They do that sometimes. But we get to look at your opponent's hand if they have 4 more cards. And then you put one monster from their hand back into their deck. Very useful to be able to look at your opponent's hand and then obviously be able to get rid of monsters out of their hand. Especially back in the day, be able to get rid of, like, I don't know, Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Emperor Dragon, a Monarch, things like that. Very cool. Terraforming. Very powerful. Oh my gosh, nice. We have the Suzuki Samurai. So when this monster would battle a face-down monster, it would automatically destroy before flipping it up, which is very useful. Being a warrior, you could reinforcements for it. So if you knew or assumed that their face-down monster was like something like a Magician of Faith, being able to summon this guy and then attack into it so they wouldn't get its flip effect was very, very useful. Obviously, it's very small, but that's okay. It's already got its use. So as soon as you're able to summon it and then attack through, it was very nice. And with a lot of the decks back then, they were only using cards like Bottomless Trap Hole. So him being such a low attack, be able to get through there anyway. And they kind of replaced him with, what was it, the Mystic Swordsman, level 2, I believe. And he's like 900 attack. Essentially the same kind of thing. So just it had 0. I believe Mystic Swordsman level 2 has 0 defense is the only thing, but 900 attack. Nice. King Tiger Wanghu. Whenever a monster with 1400 attack or less is summoned, it is automatically destroyed like a solemn judgment. it's crazy. So if they were to, I don't know, Sangan. Summon Sangan would just be automatically destroyed. If you already had a King Tiger face up, then they normal summon Sangan would just be automatically destroyed and they wouldn't even get to search. It's crazy, huh? Basically like it's the summoning of the monster is like negated. Maybe they've changed it, but back in the day that is how they had it. So they might have updated the text or whatnot. Nether Metamorphosis, very cool. This card only comes common in super rare, and the super rare ones are outrageously expensive. Looking online, they're like $650 for a English super rare one. Nidoria, very cool. Destroyed by battle, you destroy a monster. I believe it's on the field, maybe it's on your opponent's side of the field. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, select one monster on the field and destroy it. Very nice. And it was really, really handy because another one of those giant X mummies. It's really cool with the Nidoria because you'll be able to get it off of Mystic Tomato. So, being able to do things like that made your decks really toolboxy. You'll be able to Tomato, you can get like a Sangan if you wanted to. To the Nidoria if you want, things like that. Just depends. Sometimes you'd even get like a Dakochi because Dakochi was a 1400 attack flip effect, and if you had a Tsukiyomi in your hand, you're like, okay, why not? Normal summon Tsukiyomi, flip it down, flip it back face up, the same turn, draw a card. Very nice. Card Designator. I believe this one you activate, you get to call a card your opponent's deck and they add it to their hand. Declare one monster card name. Never mind. It has to be a monster. If the declared card is in your opponent's deck, add that card to your opponent's hand. I had it happen to me in, I was playing Yada, my Yada lock deck back in the day, and he did that to put Yada to my hand, and then... What did he do? And then DD designated it. Yeah, that's what he was doing. I think I stopped it, too. I think I let him add it to my hand, and then when he did that, I think I had Imperial Order set. I Imperial ordered him trying to get rid of it. So, it ended up being not working out the way he wanted to, but it was fun. I give props to the idea. The classic. And we have another poison mummy here. Nice. Gravekeeper's Chief. This guy is really, really powerful. One of the... I guess probably one of the most powerful Gravekeeper monsters for the Gravekeeper deck. That was a tribute summon that they actually actively used. Okay, you can only have one face-up Gravekeeper's Chief on your side of the field at any time, as long as this card remains face-up on the field. Your graveyard is not affected by Necro Valley. When you tribute summon this monster, you can special summon one monster that includes Gravekeepers in its card name from your graveyard. So it's very, very nice. So you can tribute summon, special summon like any of them, any of the Gravekeepers basically. Just put it back onto the field for free. So it's really cool. Put a spy in defense position if you wanted to, or whatever. Needle Wall, Nether Reasoning. So yeah, very powerful, very, very powerful monster for the Gravekeeper deck. It was always scary when they would tribute summon that. You didn't have any way of like a Solemn Judgment or something like that. Because I mean, when they did, I would Solemn Judgment it. Pay half my life points to make it so they don't get 2 monsters on the field. Okie dokie. Super worth it. That's back then. Obviously, there's infinite ways to stop now, but then, not so much. I'm thinking past. Moisture Creature. I believe this returns... It takes 3 tributes, something like that. If this card is tribute summon this monster by offering 3 monsters on your side of the field as a tribute, destroy all magic and trap cards on your opponent's side of the field. 2000 attack, 2900 defense. Pretty cool. So you'd have to offer 3 monsters on your side of the field as a tribute to be able to put it on the field to do that. Our third Royal Tribute. Very nice. Both you and your... When you activate that by having a Necro Valley on your side of the field, and both you and your opponent look at each other's hands and then discard all monsters to the graveyard. Very, very powerful card for the Gravekeeper deck because they didn't run very many monsters to begin with, so they would just build Necro Valley set like their Gravekeeper Spy, then activate it, then basically their opponent's hand would just go to the graveyard, and then they're just cruising. Dark Druid, when this monster's summoned in any aspect, I think it's normal, special, flip summon, decrease the monster on the field by 800. I was using it off and on back in the day to be able to go and target Spirit Reapers. It's a nice, easy way to just out a Spirit Reaper. Just target it, and then the Spirit Reaper, if it's targeted by any card, if I can just automatically is destroyed. So that was really nice back then. Because sometimes Spirit Reaper is just really, really difficult to get off the board. Oh my gosh, so hard. Bird Face, another Rite of Spirit, and another Terraform. You can add that Necro Valley. Nice. The Wandering Mummy. Looks like the old school art from one of those old zombie movies. I'm thinking back in the 40s or something. I forget, but it was, I mean, old. Really cool though. I love those kind of art forms. I think it'd be really cool to have a cool movie room like that. You know, some of those classic zombie posters and things like that posted all over. That'd be really neat. Another Needle Ceiling, very nice. Yeah, the Royal Keepers, nice little zombie monster there. I think all the Gatekeepers are, what are they, spellcasters? Yeah, they're all spellcasters. Oh, nice, Guardian Sphinx. This guy is a pain in the butt to get off the board back in the day. Oh my gosh, when it's flip summon, it returns all monsters on the field to the owner's hand. Really, really powerful. And it has 2400 defense. And so, when you tribute summon for a monster face down, it always could confuse your opponent. Okay, you can flip this card face down in defense position once per turn. That's its own effect. During your main phase. When this card is flip summoned, return all monsters on just your opponent's side of the field, or your opponent's side of the field to the owner's hand. So it's really, really confusing to them. So if you just to tribute summon this, and if they wanted to attack into it or something, that's fine, because it has freaking 2400 defense. I had a big butt on it, and then you would be able to go and flip summon it and then return them all, which was really cool because even if you just want to get a little bit of damage in, so you had it and then they would attack into it, it's okay, goes back over to your turn, you just go main phase, flip it back down by its own effect, and then you could just flip summon it, That's your manual flip. And then return all monsters you put inside the field. Then you could like normal summon something. I don't know, we'll just use this because we have it. And you can attack. But you couldn't flip it back face down. It would be stuck in attack position. But I mean, its use has already been done. I think it's really, really cool. And this guy really caught a lot of people off guard because there was like nothing that people would tribute summon for face down. And it was like the double man-eater bug and things like that, but no one really used it. So that right there, Guardian Sphinx was something that really caught a lot of people off guard. I really liked it a lot. It was cool. I was using it off and on instead of Jinzo, but I always went back to Jinzo because of me playing zombies. Having all those reborning cards, like Premature Barrel Call, the Haunted, Monster Reborn, literally four you can bring back Jinzo for free from your grave, was really, really nice. Now, Net of Metamorphosis. I forget what the unlimited ones are at, but they're pretty expensive. They're like $6. Reckless Greed is our rare. Very nice. You flip summon it. Trap card, you activate it, you draw 2 cards, and you skip your next 2 draw phases. But if you combo with multiples, they stack, so you don't have to skip like your next 4. You just skip 2. So if you activate 2 Reckless Greeds, you draw 4 cards and then skip your next 2 draw phases. Well, it's really, really nice. And especially really helped out a lot of those different combo decks and things like that, because it doesn't really matter if you're skipping your draw phases if the game's just over right there. If you get to draw 4 cards, you just win the game. It doesn't matter. Nice, Pyramid Turtle. Probably one of the most, I think it was the most powerful recruiting monster that ever be made. So when it gets destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie type monster with defense 2,000 or less from your deck, and you can special summon in face-up attack or defense position. No tribute is required for level 5 or more. So yeah, very, very powerful. This is what made me want to play the zombie deck to begin with, because just being able to go and do that, it was awesome. And then Spirit Reaper is a zombie type, so that right there could be able to get that. Be able to get a Spirit Reaper, which was awesome because I'd be able to go and summon Pyramid Turtle and then activate Creature Swap. And Creature Swap says both you and your opponent select 1 monster, and then you basically just like trade. So say they only have 1 monster on their side of the field, and it's just, I don't know, we'll say like back then it would be like a Gemini Elf. So they have a Gemini Elf. I would summon Pyramid Turtle, activate Creature Swap, give them my Pyramid Turtle, then use their Gemini Elf to attack over my Pyramid Turtle. And because it's my monster, it goes to my graveyard, I get to use Pyramid Turtle's effect. And I can special summon Spirit Reaper, and I can use Spirit Reaper to attack my opponent. And the Spirit Reaper does damage to your opponent's life points. You get to randomly discard 1 card from their hand. So that was just absolutely amazing. So I got their Gemini Elf essentially for free, and then discarded a card from their hand. So it's really cool. Very powerful. And then just the ability that it was a 2,000 defense or less was awesome, because you build a special summon things like that. 1 to 2,400 attack, 2,000 defense. What was it? Ryo Cookie, I think? Koki? Yeah, so he was really cool to be able to play him on the board literally just for free. So, and then obviously the most iconic way, you just put Vampire Lord on the board, just call it a day right there. So we have our dice draw. Oh my gosh, we have yet to pull a secret rare. I just come to realize we have a few more booster packs, and I'm not guaranteed one. So I am hoping that we do get a secret in today's opening, but again, there is no guarantees. So let's see if we will end up getting one. Dice jar, oh my gosh. Both you and your opponent roll a dice, and basically it's times some certain amount of damage. Was it times 500? Yeah, times 500. So say you roll a 4 and I roll a 3. Because you rolled higher, I would take 2,000 damage. But if I say I rolled a 5 and you rolled a 6, I would take 1,000 damage per. So it's 6,000 damage I would take off that thing. I had it happen to me once and I lost. It's terrifying. Book of Taiyu. Haven't ran that card since the Empty Jar deck. I originally named it the Turbo Jar. Oh, nice. The trap board. Easy. What does this trap card even do? When an effect that inflicts damage to life points is activated, except battle damage. Okay, negate the damage to your life points. Your opponent then selects 1 card from his or her hand and discards it to the graveyard. That's interesting. So if they play like Ring of Destruction, you can negate it, and then your opponent would randomly discard 1 card from their own hand. So that's not too bad. I think there's another one that's a little bit better, like Barrel Behind the Door. Like whatever damage I would take, you would just take instead. Oh, so that was a pretty powerful one. Okay, so we have 3 more packs? Yeah, 3 more packs. 3 more packs to go. Let's go and see. Let's see what we can get here. So we have a Call of the Mummy. Nice little common card. shape snatch, shape snatch, the coffin seller, another trap Dushu, very nice. Gravekeeper's curse. Pulled a lot of Gravekeepers. I'll have to go through here and like do a little bit of organizing. Okay, so it's down to our second to last booster pack. How many foils have we pulled? 3, 6. Well, I don't think we're getting a secret rare. I think 6 is max. I just don't think we got a secret rare in today's box. I'm pretty confident that just didn't happen. But we'll see. We'll open up our last 2 packs. Well, you never know. This is our 4th Metamorphosis. Very nice. Nice! There we go. His Spirit Reaper, the card I keep on talking about. Pretty difficult rare to pull, as you can tell. Open up the entire booster box, and this is our only one that we've gotten. So assuming it's a pretty expensive and very difficult rare to get. But yeah, can't die by battle. If it's targeted by a card effect, it is automatically destroyed. Deals damage to your opponent's life points. You get to discard 1 card from their hand at random. Very powerful. All right, here we go. Our last booster pack, everybody. Give me your energy! I don't mean to be jinxing you guys. It might not even be a possible way of even getting a secret rare. We pulled 6 foils, and I believe that was it. That was like the max amount of holos you can get. But you never know, I guess. So we have another common, Needle Sealing, Royal Keeper, Pyramid Energy. Very cool. All right, here we go. Nope, no secret rare. Our second rare Book of Moon. Yeah, I didn't think so. You're not guaranteed a secret rare in these old school booster boxes, but I'm okay though, because I mean, all these foils that we pulled were really cool. Starting things off with that ultra rare question. So yeah, we got, what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5, 6. So I end up getting a ultra rare Guardian Sphinx, which was really, really cool. Brings back good old school memories. And then question, and it always reminds me of that time that I called it right in tournament play and actually got to remove their monster from play. Very cool. And we got our 1 token trap card, which can negate Ring of Destruction. We have our Gravekeeper's Chief here, the most powerful tribute for their deck back in the day. And then Suzuki Samurai. And then the Mirage of Nightmare. So it's really cool. Yeah, so we pulled some really awesome foils. And then obviously these 2 rares right here. Book of Moon back then was just almost a staple in almost every single deck back then. Almost everybody was running it at 3. Really, really powerful. And then obviously don't forget, we will be giving away this mystery Walmart cube to one of you. And I'll be announcing the winner in the comments of the next video. So stay tuned for that. So again, all you do to enter in, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite zombie monster you saw pulled in today's video. Be a subscriber, so subscribe bell. Follow me on Instagram. Say hi, and I will always say hi back. And on that, Jobber here is signing out.